Rules of composition. It doesn't matter what medium you're working in, whether it's photography, drawing, painting, sculpting, jewelry design, whatever it is, there are rules of composition that go along with it. And it doesn't matter what equipment you're using, everyone is going to love your photos. Most importantly, you're going to love the photos. So let's jump right into a review of our Photo 1 rules of composition. So first we have rule of thirds. That's using the grid to place points of interest along the intersections of where those lines cross. And here, this gentleman, you can see his face is right there where those lines cross, but he's also looking in this direction. So we have 1/3 here, a middle third, and a right third. And we've created what's called looking space. And that is having more looking space in the direction that the person is looking or the object is moving toward. The points of interest are on this lady and the face of the Brahma bull. We also use the rule of thirds to position important elements along these lines. You can use it to keep your photo level, use it to find a horizon line or to separate areas of texture, and that's rule of thirds. The next is leading lines, and that is using natural lines to lead the viewer's eye to the subject of the picture. So here we have leading lines created by the train tracks, by the change in color and texture from the rocks to the grass and the grass to the water, and all of those lines lead to the subject, which is this gentleman here. Next we have framing, or frame in frame, and that is using natural frames like windows and doors to frame your subject within the frame of the photo. So here on this train card, we have the frame of the photo, and then each person inside of the window is being reframed there. So each one of them could be, a photo all on their own, but by stepping back and getting all of them, it's like having 4 different portraits within this one photo. Next we have pattern, and patterns are said to be aesthetically pleasing, and we as human beings are really, really good at recognizing patterns, and so we enjoy a photo that has a pattern in it. So here we have a pattern of color and shapes. Here we have a pattern of color as well as the people, and then we have interrupted pattern. So not only does the viewer recognize the pattern, but they look a little bit longer because they see where it's interrupted. This interruption that's happening causes their eye to hang. So here we have an interruption in color, but as well as view. We have a bird's eye view of all of these folks, and then we can see the front of this person on top of them. Here we have an interruption in color as well as shape, and going from objects to having people. And finally we have symmetry. Symmetry is very pleasing to most people, and symmetry is basically if you were to fold this in half, one side would match up with the other side, either left to right or top to bottom or all of them. I have had a student argue that this was an interrupted pattern because of his hair, and I think I agree. We do have a pattern of symmetry, and then that is interrupted by the hair. And that's it. Those are your rules of composition. We have rule of thirds, leading lines, frame in frame or framing, pattern, interrupted pattern, and symmetry.